Hello, my liberated, period-free, white pants-wearing phoenixes, and welcome back to Is This Menopause or Am I Finally Free? I'm Sam, and today we are doing something different. We've spent 11 episodes talking about bone density, heart health, pelvic floors, sleep struggles, and hormone therapy decisions. All important. All real. But today we're flipping the script. Today we're celebrating. Because menopause is not just a list of symptoms to manage. It's also a liberation. A release from the biological rhythm that defined half your life. A doorway into a new kind of freedom that nobody talks about because our culture is too busy telling you you're old, invisible, and washed up. Spoiler alert, you're not. You're entering the IDGAF era, and it's kind of amazing. Let's talk about why. What's actually happening? What's actually happening, biologically and psychologically, that makes menopause potentially the most liberated chapter of your life? First, the obvious. No more periods. Ever. No more cramps, bloating, PMS, ovulation pain, or surprise flooding. No more planning vacations around a cycle, no more period panties, no more checking the toilet paper for spotting. That alone is a massive physical and mental load lifted. Second, no more pregnancy risk. For women who've spent decades navigating contraception, pills, IUDs, condoms, morning after scares, fertility tracking, the end of that vigilance is profound. Sex can be spontaneous. Desire can be on your terms, not on a fertile window schedule. Third, your hormones are now stable. The perimenopause rollercoaster with its wild estrogen spikes and progesterone crashes is over. You're in a steady low hormone state. No more mood swings that make you cry at commercials and rage at coffee mugs. The squirrel is gone. The sloth manager is calm and predictable. Fourth, there's a psychological shift that many women report, a decrease in the need to please, to perform, to conform. The dropping estrogen that quieted the brain's nurture and appease circuitry can actually feel like a fog lifting. You stop caring so much about what others think. You speak your mind. You set boundaries. You prioritize yourself. This is not a loss of femininity. This is the arrival of authenticity. The liberation isn't just about what you lose. It's about what you gain. Time, energy, clarity, and a fully owned sense of self. Is this normal? Checklist. Let's sort healthy liberation and positive shifts from signs you might need support adjusting. Normal. Feeling genuine relief and joy that your period is gone. Normal. Enjoying spontaneous sex without contraception worries. Normal. Feeling more confident, more outspoken, and less concerned with other people's opinions. Normal. A sense of new energy, new purpose, or a desire to reinvent aspects of your life. Normal. Grief and liberation coexisting. You can miss your younger body and also love your new freedom. Both things can be true. Signs you might need support. If you feel completely lost, purposeless, or unable to find any joy in this new phase, that's a reason to talk to a therapist. If the loss of fertility has triggered deep depression that doesn't lift, support is available. If you feel invisible to the point of despair, community, purpose-finding, and sometimes professional help can make a huge difference. The rule: liberation doesn't mean every day is perfect. It means you've been released from a biological burden, and now you get to decide what fills that space. If the space feels empty rather than free, reach out. Survival Toolkit. Now, how to embrace and amplify the liberation of menopause, not just survive it. Tip 1. Do the period funeral ritual. Burn a maxi pad in a ceremonial fire pit. Frame your last period tracker screenshot. Donate unopened period products to a shelter and say a silent thank you to your uterus. Rituals help the brain mark transitions. Celebrate the end of an era with humor and gratitude. Tip 2. Wear white pants. White shorts. A white swimsuit. Anything you avoided for decades. The psychological freedom of not planning outfits around bleeding is real. Buy something white or cream and wear it on a random Tuesday just because you can. Tip 3. Travel light, literally and metaphorically. You no longer need to pack a pharmacy of period supplies, spare underwear, and painkillers for a weekend trip. Travel with a smaller bag. Metaphorically, you no longer need to carry the mental load of cycle tracking, ovulation worry, or PMS dread. Put that baggage down. Tip 4. Lean into your authentic voice. Practice saying no. Practice stating your opinion without cushioning it in apologies. Practice asking for what you want. The postmenopausal brain is wired for less people-pleasing. Use it. This is your I've earned the right to be direct phase. Tip 5. Envision your second act. Not in a reinvent your whole life pressure way. But ask yourself, what do I want the next 20 years to feel like? Travel? Learning? Art? Community? Nature? Slowness? Adventure? You have decades ahead. You're not at the end of the story. You're at the start of the part you get to write entirely for yourself. So, you walked out of the feminine hygiene aisle with nothing, and that's not a loss. That's a graduation. You've served your time in the reproductive trenches. You've bled, cramped, tracked, worried, and endured. Now the chains are off. You're not washed up. You're not invisible. You're not irrelevant. You're a woman who has earned her freedom, and the world needs your voice, your wisdom, and your unapologetic authenticity. Next episode, Navigating Medical Gaslighting in Menopause, where we talk about how to find a provider who listens, how to fire a dismissive doctor, and how to advocate for yourself in a system that's not designed for you. Subscribe, hit the bell, and drop your I'm free moment in the comments. Did you burn a pad? Wear white pants. Plan a trip without a period tracker? Celebrate out loud with us. Stay liberated, stay fierce, and remember, you're not dying. You're just entering the most free, most authentic of your life. And it's glorious. See you next time.